unique perspective tonight about all the recent incidents we've seen nationwide involving race, law enforcement, and violence. We were able to spend some time with a former Minnehaha County Sheriff's deputy recently. We wanted to understand how he sees all of this and what he thinks about it. Brian Allen has our story.
It has been a bad couple of months. Police officers accused of wrongly using deadly force on African American suspects. Other police officers targeted in revenge. Some of them have died too. It is a lot to deal with. Just ask Phil Toft.
I have 33 years law enforcement experience.
He's a retired Minnehaha County Sheriff's deputy, now in business for himself.
I am a polygraph examiner.
Phil says the truth of law enforcement is that an already dangerous job is even more so right now, and says the tension that exists between the public and the police doesn't have to exist if both remember something.
One that keeps coming to me is the golden rule. Treat people the way that you want to be treated.
It is a rule Toft followed during his years in law enforcement, some of it spent as a crisis negotiator. He remembers one time in particular, a standoff, where that golden rule may have saved his life.
All of a sudden you realize you're in this guy's crosshairs. You're too close. And he tells you, I can see you. You know, makes you think, but what do? Just keep going.
We found another example of that golden rule from 2002 when Minnehaha County Sheriff's Deputy Preston Evans saved a man from jumping off the tower at Falls Park.
People go in this not to get rich or it's about doing the right thing and being a force for good.
Toft says that force for good is embodied by Dallas, Texas Police Chief David Brown. A little more than 3 weeks ago, 5 of his officers were killed in retaliation for fatal officer-involved shootings in Louisiana and Minnesota. Brown called for community unity and asked those who had a problem with law enforcement to become cops and fix it from the inside.
He is the real deal. He is the kind of person that we wish we had more of. That's a real, true leader.
With more than 3 decades of law enforcement experience under his belt, we asked Phil Toft how he sees all of this that has unfolded. And he told us this.
The thing that I need to remind everyone is that we're all human. And people make mistakes. Officers are human too. They're held to a higher standard than they should be.
In Sioux Falls, Brian Allen, KSFY News.
And he also tells us it is frustrating to see how many families end up suffering as a result of the violence we are seeing in America right now.